Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So today we're going to be doing my May, yes, today is June 4th. We're going to be doing my May favorite. So thank you for joining me and I hope you enjoy. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to pull as they come to me. The first thing I want to mention, I feel like I've mentioned this before this year, but I definitely feel like I mentioned it last year. Either way, this is the Marc Jacobs Daisy. Now, I feel a lot of ways about Marc Jacobs and I'm torn on if I'm going to repurchase this, but honestly, this scent is so nice. It's just, when I smell it, I just think pretty, sexy. Yeah, those are the two words that come to me, like a pretty, sexy woman. Like, you gotta be one or the two. It just smells so good. I think this is a great all year round scent. It was so funny. I helped host a working meeting last month, and I got to talking to one of the ladies that was there, and I told her how good she smelled, and I was like, "Is that Marc Jacobs Daisy?" And she was like, "Yes, it is." And she was like, "Is that what you have on too?" It was so funny, and we bonded over that. But anyway, I did pick up the bottle right here. I do like this scent. This scent does not last all day on me though, so probably a little bit more than halfway through the day. If I want it to really jump off, I need to spray it again, which is why I actually, now that I have this, I'm realizing how much I like the rollerball, because this is, this is gorgeous. I love this packaging, by the way, but this is really, difficult to have in your purse. I don't have this in my purse. I leave it at home. But I just love this scent so much that I don't mind doing it. And I feel like I'm like the last person in the world to try Marc Jacobs Daisy. But it works well with my body chemistry. So I would say, it just smells so, it's like every day, any day, whatever you got going on, sexy. And I am just into that. So I have absolutely enjoyed that. Another thing that I want to mention, so I had picked up quite a few flower things, and if you saw my what was it, like bed head, car chats, whatever it was video, I was showing you some stuff I was returning, and I think I had a couple flower beauty products in there, but one that was an absolute hit, worth its weight in gold, is the Flower Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. I honestly didn't have that big expectations for this. If you're wondering, I have it in Caramel D1, and it says that it's buildable coverage. I would tend to agree. I don't know about the blurring pigments claim, but it does say that it's a nude skin feel and it's a silky lightweight formula that evens and reduces shine with a naturally luminous finish. And that is why I love this. Since my skin has really just become dry over the last couple of years, and it is extremely dry, I don't do powder anymore. And that was such a hard thing for me to get used to, because I love powdering my face after, but I had oily skin. But due to hormones, I am dry as the Sahara Desert. And I have to say, I really don't mind this powder. I put some of it on today. And this is just as silky. Can y'all see that? I'm looking at the viewfinder for a second. I want to make sure you can see it. And it looks lighter on camera, but I promise you it matches me. It's not that light in person. I'm thinking about going up a shade though as I start to get more of my summer color, but this matches me right now, I promise. This is just that. It's like so lightweight. It doesn't look cakey or anything. And I have been trying a lot of foundation recently, and some of them have been sticky, and this really helps to just take away the stickiness so I can put whatever else I want to put on my face. It's so nice. If you have dry skin, I would highly, highly recommend this. I think any skin could enjoy it because it's not like you put it on and your skin just looks super dewy. But I find that when it comes to powders, it's really hard to find powders that look nice on dry skin. And I gotta tell you, this is a winner. I honestly want to go back and get a shade that's lighter so that I can use it to set up under my eye. That's how strongly I feel about this. I want to get the deepest shade they have to use for like contouring or bronzing, depending on the undertone. Like, I want this for everything that I can use powder for, y'all. Like, that's how strongly I feel about it. And I want to mention this brush from e.l.f. I'm sorry I forgot the name of it, but this is what it looks like right here. It's dirty because I did use it to powder my face today a little bit. But this brush, I've had this in my collection for quite a while, and honestly I went through a phase where I was just really kind of collecting brushes, and I had to slow down because I was getting a little ridiculous there. But I love this brush, and I love the soft point that it comes to, because I tend to travel with this brush now. And in a pinch, like, you can use this to put some bronzer on, some all over powder, some blush if you need to. I mean, this can be a great multitasking brush. And I still love my e.l.f. complexion brush. That brush will always have a special place in my heart, but I find that this brush is a bit more tapered. If you're familiar with the e.l.f. complexion brush, I'm not by my vanity, so I don't have it with me, but that one is a little bit more uniform. It's tapered, but this one has, I think, even more of a taper than that one does. But I have just been loving this combo together. They just really work well together, so that has been great. Moving on, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I know y'all probably don't want to hear about it, but honestly, every month, is there a bug in here? I've had it up to here with these mosquitoes, y'all. Like, if you don't pay rent, get out. I don't have no time. Sorry. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have it in the shade Tan Sand. I could have put this in every single favorites video that I've had this month. This has been all I want to use because it's such nice coverage. It looks so fresh all day long. It's so long wearing, but it also gives me a really nice highlight as well. And as somebody who wears glasses, I can get away with doing a little bit more highlight, even though I don't think I go super extreme, but I could go a little bit more if I wanted to because my glasses create a natural shadow. But this is just, it's just the right shade for my skin tone. Do you feel what I'm saying? Let me see if I can show you. I'm trying to do a huge swatch so y'all can see the color. I can't believe I just wasted that Tarte Shade Tape though. It makes me want to bottle that back up. But can y'all see that? Like, it's just a great shade for highlighting for my skin tone. If you're darker than me, this might be a bit more of an extreme highlight, so you might want to make sure you blend really well. But I really like this formula. I haven't found it to be drying at all. I have heard a lot of people with mature skin say that this really is not the concealer for them, and I could kind of see that a little bit. I do have some fine lines up under my eyes, but I haven't found it to be a problem. But I do set this concealer. There's not a concealer that I put on my face that I don't set. The next thing that I want to mention is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. Now, I tried this the first couple times and I really did not like it. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, oh, I think you about to go back. But I'm glad I kept trying it because I really like it. And I'm actually, y'all know I'm clumsy, so I'm actually gonna just hold this real close to me because this is glass. And I've already broke something makeup wise this month. But yeah, this one, it has like a purplish tint, but that rubs in and it's fine. First of all, this smells like Fruit Loops. If that does anything for you, really doesn't do anything for me. I could take it or leave it, but it's better than it smelling like paint. So it smells like Fruit Loops, but what I love about this is that I feel like with dry skin, there are either primers that hydrate or there are primers that give you a glow or illuminate. This gives you both, and it really gives you both. I can't stand when a primer is like, I'm gonna highlight, but I'm also gonna moisturize, and then you don't. Why? So this does both, and that's why I really appreciate it. This is a more expensive primer, but I would say maybe try it out in like the trial size to make sure you, trial size? No, the travel size. So they do have a smaller container, and actually it's honestly, this is not travel friendly in my opinion. So I probably will pick that up because I really, really like this, and this saves my skin from looking cakey, and just my skin has really been acting funny. So this has been great. The next thing I want to mention is the Milani Most Love Mattes. Now, I knew I loved this eyeshadow palette when I traveled with this instead of one of my tried and true eyeshadow palettes. Also, Milani, you did a great job with the packaging. This is really pretty. I love that they put the names on the back. Shades I have been using the most. I have been using my Daily Latte, Toast of the Town, Chocolate is Life, Your Peach. Here's what it looks like right here. Let me try not to blind you. And it's seriously, oh, did I get my hand in that? It's honestly a very basic matte eyeshadow palette. It is. It's so basic. And I am a matte girl. I will always make the claim for why I need another matte eyeshadow palette. Is it right? I don't know. But I'm just saying I don't feel wrong about it. So I will always make the claim. But I have just been loving this, and especially toward the end of my semester when classes was ending, this was just so quick to pick up and just get a quick eyeshadow look, but a pretty eyeshadow look, you know. And I find that when I'm more in a rush, I also tend to go toward mattes, which I ain't mad about because I love a good matte eyeshadow look. But the formula of this is really good. I really find these mattes to be really blendable, but they don't blend away. And I find that they last all day. I haven't found anything weird or funky with them, so I'm really enjoying it. And because of that, I wanted to pick up the other palette that Milani came out with in the same line, but it's not, it's a matte and it's a shimmer palette. Because I really love this. I think this palette was $20, and honestly, Milani, I said that weird. Milani has been killing it lately, honestly, with the products they have come out with. The Everyday Eyes they came out with was one of the best eyeshadow formulas, hands down, that the drugstore has seen. And this is also very, very, very good. This is really good. So if you are somebody that doesn't, oh, and it also has that huge mirror. But if you're somebody that you don't want a ton of eyeshadows, or you just like collecting eyeshadows and you're really looking for a really good affordable eyeshadow palette, I would highly recommend this, because me and my graduate school dollars appreciate this 10 times out of 10. And then a couple other things I want to mention. So I did it, I got it. I picked up the Anasazi Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, had never tried it before. Picked it up in dark brown and have it on my brows today. I love it. It really is great. Do I not love my NYX anymore? No, I love my NYX and I appreciate that it's cheaper, but I can't take anything away from this product. It really is great. It has the small point on it that is really great when you're really trying to carve your brows out, or really make a brow if you don't have a lot of hair. And then it has the spoolie on the other side. And like I said, again, I have it in dark brown, and this is gorgeous. Let me show you what it looks like. Hold on. Ugh. And I think it's a bit cooler. Can you see that? There it is right there. I'm trying to make sure it's showing up in the viewfinder. So weird to have it facing me. I hardly ever have my viewfinder facing me. I just found that easier when I was like really first getting into this new camera. That I still haven't gotten into, but when I was first filming on it, I found it easier to not have the viewfinder near, like, in front of me, because I never had one before. But anyway, I do really like this. I will say I do think this one is a bit more pigmented than other brow pencils that I have tried, and so I can see why people really love this. And I definitely will pick it up again. I really, really like it. The NYX is still my favorite because it is extremely, extremely comparable. I think they are so similar. This one is a little bit more pigmented than the NYX, and so I find that I have to go lighter with this one than I do with the NYX eyebrow pencil. Yes. But I really like this one as well, and I can't take anything away from it. It's a great brow pencil. The next product I want to mention, this is also from Flower, and it is so good. These are my two favorite things out of everything I've tried from Flower recently. This is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. First of all, it's not full coverage in my opinion. In my very humble opinion, I don't think it's full coverage at all. I have even tried to build this up, and I have freckles up under my eyes and stuff, and girl, I can still see my freckles and everything, and I'm not mad about that, but I'm just saying it's not full coverage in my opinion, because I have some dark circles and everything, and I don't think it's full coverage. What I do think is it's very pretty, very lightweight coverage. I wear this sometimes by itself with just a little bit of powder and some chapstick, good to go. And I have just really, really enjoyed this formula. It's a more liquidy but a creamy consistency. And let me show you this. And it's a very yellow undertone, which always looks good on me because I have a yellow golden undertone, and it's right there. But this is lightweight, and I would say it's about light, hinging on medium coverage. I mean, and even then it's on the light end of medium, but it's just really pretty. I love how lightweight it is. I love how pretty it looks, and I love how it wears throughout the day. So I will buy this over and over again. I really like it. I honestly have not felt this strongly about a concealer since I discovered the Tarte Shape Tape, but this is on the other end. This is like some serious coverage. Like if this is serious coverage over here, this is lighter coverage over here, and sometimes you need that. So I like having options. Couple other things I want to mention because I don't want to hold you too long. Skincare has honestly been my focus this month. I'm just trying to get my skincare together, and I also feel like I went on vacation, and I feel like that always takes it out of your skin because you're eating any kind of way and stuff. So I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale like this little skincare kit that had a lot of stuff in it, and actually I was interested in this, but I didn't think this would be my favorite thing, but it's honestly one of my favorite things, and it's the Somerville ExfoliKate Intensive Exfoliating Treatment. I would actually purchase this in a full size, and this is hella expensive. But it says it's Hollywood's 2-minute facial, and I could totally see that. This is a physical exfoliator, but I also think it's actually a chemical exfoliator as well, because you put it all over your face in a thin layer and you rub it in like you would do a regular exfoliator, but then you leave it on for 2 minutes and you wash it off. And you do want to take it off after that 2 minutes so that it doesn't burn your skin or anything like that. But this really is helping already with the texture and the hyperpigmentation on my skin, and I noticed a difference after using this just a couple of times, and I love it. I have been traveling with this and I can't wait to get a bigger size because it is so good, but it is so expensive. But I really think this is one of the products for me that's going to be worth it, because I'm trying to even out the texture of my skin, and this is just doing a great job with that, but it's also not breaking me out or causing any problems for me. So I've been enjoying that. Along the same lines, this Keihls Midnight Recovery Concentrate. And this is basically a blend of essential oils and botanicals and stuff like that. This is supposed to be amazing for the skin. I really like this. I honestly was so skeptical when people were like, oh, I saw a difference the next morning. I really saw a difference the next morning. I didn't wake up and was just flawless, but I did wake up and there was a noticeable softness and kind of a little bit of like a lit from within glow to my skin. And I noticed that every time I use it, and it starts to stay more as I use it consistently. The one thing I was not expecting is for this to have the such a heavy fragrance. It does, but I find it to be pleasant, and I haven't found it to break me out or cause any like adverse reactions or anything like that to my skin. And I do have sensitive skin. The other thing I will say is that when you get this oil, it's gonna feel like a thinner oil, so you might feel the urge to like want to really put a ton on there. But honestly, a little still goes a very long way with this. But this also soaks in so fast. I was so impressed when I put this on my skin, and I was thinking like, oh, I need to give that some time. No, you don't need to give it much time at all, because it soaks in. I do about 2 to 3 drops of this, and I find that that is more than enough to do my face and to do my neck. And it just blends in really well. So I really enjoy this. I have definitely noticed it helping with the texture and the hyperpigmentation on my skin. So I'm going to keep going with this, and I have been using this now for almost a month, and it still is like literally up at the top. So this is going to last a very long time. So I'm glad that I purchased that. Now, I also wanted to talk to y'all about hair care, but I have tons of stuff to say about hair care. Y'all saw I recently did a curly hair product no-nos, but I have also just found a ton of products that are just working really well for me. So I'm wanting to do some type of video around products that I'm really loving for my hair, but I really wanted to shout these 2 products out. This Cameo Rose Naturals Algae Renew Deep Conditioner is just all the moisture my hair needs. This is a great deep conditioner. It's on the thicker side, but it's also very creamy, and it smells amazing. It washes out so well, but your hair feels so moisturized, and I feel like my curls already start to look defined. So I have been absolutely enjoying that. And then the other thing is the Mayo Organics White Peony Leave-In Conditioner for all hair types. It's sulfate free and color safe. This is, I honestly was not expecting a lot from this, because I'm kind of biased and I tend to not really care for spray leave-in conditioners. So you might be wondering, well, why did you pick it up? Well, because I heard great things about it, and I tried the deep conditioner from this line, which also could have been this video because it's amazing, and I wanted to try it. But honestly, I'm so glad that I gave it a chance, because this is such a nice leave-in conditioner. Has a really nice light scent. It is kind of like milky, so for me, I don't like to spray it directly on my hair super often. I like to spray it in my hand and then kind of work it through my hair. But this has been a great lightweight leave-in conditioner, but it's not a leave-in conditioner where you put it on and you don't feel like it's giving you any moisture, but it is lighter moisture. But I really like this as a prepping step before I go in and further hydrate my hair and style my hair. So this has been great. And then the final thing I want to mention is we're back on the reading train, people. And I read A Darker Shade of Magic, Be Each Swab. And I actually buddy read this with, oh my gosh, I'm terrible, with Rocky. And I so enjoyed this. I had never read anything from V. Schwab before, but I actually really like her writing. This book was so good. Keihls, I feel things for the man. Like, I feel things for the man. I just really enjoyed him as a character. I love getting to know him and all of his very dynamic, I don't want to spoil anybody, so I'm gonna say he's a very dynamic character is what I will say. So if you don't know, this book follows our main character Keihls, and he is a traveler, and he can travel between different Londons. So in this book, which is a fantasy book, there are multiple Londons. There is gray London, red London, black London, and white London, and Keihls can travel between them. And he lives in red London, I'm pretty sure I'm right, and he travels between each of them. And this story was just, it was so good from beginning to end. It gripped me, it had me engrossed. I started to care about the characters. I wanted to know what was going to happen to them. I believe that this is a trilogy, and it kind of cuts off at a trilogy, so I can't wait to read the other two books. But it felt good to do some reading for me that was not academic reading, but you guys are going to see a lot of academic reading in addition to other reading coming up on my channel, because your girl got a lot of academic reading to get done. But I really enjoyed this. And then I'm gonna try to get this in. I hope the video is not too long, but I just want to say I have a dud to mention. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Now, I have had this brush for a long time. This is new to my collection by any means, but this is one of those products I just constantly kept trying to make work, and I honestly could have put it in my disappointing products video, but I was so sure that I was doing something wrong. But no, I'm not, because what I don't like about this, because this is just as soft, the quality is just as good, everything about this is great, except this honestly always leaves my liquid foundation streaky. I don't care what liquid foundation I use it with, always streaky. And when I used it with my Ride or Die CoverGirl foundation and that was streaky, I was like, oh no, for sure it's not in my mind. This is the brush. And I don't know if it's the shape of it, because I love the buffing brush from Real Techniques, but you can only get that in a set, and I really wish they sold it individually, because I'd be throwing my coins at a couple extra buffing brushes. But this one, I love the feel and stuff of it, but honestly, it leaves it so streaky that I just cannot work with this for liquid. I will say I do really like this for buffing in powder, but I don't do that super often because my skin is super dry. I also like this if I need to blend out concealer, so I will get use out of it. I will, you know, use it and get my money's worth. I've had it for a long time, but I just wanted to mention this as a dud for me for liquid foundation, because no matter what, it always leaves it streaky. And some of these are foundations I have been using for years that are never streaky, and this made it a streaky mess all over my face, and I hated it. So wanted to throw that out there. Whew, that's everything. I feel like I've been talking for a long time, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.